Just crawl on one side like Brady.
Hey everybody, this is Christine DeGraff with My Music Hangout, and we are here tonight with Ars Nova for a special pre-release party of their new EP. And I've got some special guests in the film strip, and I've also posted the link live, so come jump in with us, join us, and let's listen to their music. But first I want to pass the mic over to Gavin Wolf. Hi, Gavin.
Hello. How is everybody today?
Wow.
Good.
Yay! Yay! Awesome.
Doing good.
So I'm really excited to be here. What? Sorry. Timing of Hangouts is critical. You have to be really good at knowing when to talk and when not to talk, and then everybody just starts doing this into each other. Sorry about that, Christine.
I'm not good at it. I just when I want to say something, I just blurt it out.
Well, we could do the whole, what is the walkie-talkie talk? It's like, hi, how are you? Over.
That would work.
It would work.
I'm not talking until I hear you guys say over. Sorry.
Okay. We also have Aaron Young from Hangout Records here tonight. Hey, Aaron.
Hey, good evening, everybody. Thanks for letting me come in, and really looking forward to hearing you guys.
Hey, Aaron.
Glad to have you here.
Yeah.
And we've got all the way from Phoenix, Arizona, Shannon Hernandez. Haven't seen you in a while, Shannon.
I know. I was calling actually up Chris ago just because I had a question to ask you, and you're like, hey, I got a hangout for My Music Hangouts. I was like, that's exactly what I was going to ask you about was My Music Hangouts. So good to be here. It's good to see everyone here.
And then our guests of the evening, Ars Nova. Hey, guys.
Hello.
Hello. Ars Nova minus Rebecca, who is not feeling well tonight. But
Thank you for having us anyway.
yeah,
It's good to be
Chris, you
here.
want to introduce everyone?
I am Chris.
He's like, no.
I don't know. I think of you as like the official spokesperson. I guess it's the Google Glass. So like gives you that official look.
He's got authority.
I'm Chris. I'm guitarist, one of the guitarists, songwriter, and singer.
I'm Kit. I do the background singing
And some leads.
and some leads, but not on any of these songs. But
Cody, just drums.
just,
That's it. Nothing else. He doesn't even talk.
that's it.
I'm Dimitri. I play electric guitar
And sing.
and sing.
I'm Brad. I play bass. I also sing my songs and play guitar, which Chris plays bass on. But there's only two of those.
And
Tonight,
every once in a while, he lets you play lead, right?
Yeah.
Brad sang a song last night. It was good.
Two.
Oh yeah, two. That's right. He did it theories. Forgot about that.
That's one of my originals.
Well, tell us about your album.
Well, it's a 3-song EP. This is our debut record. We recorded it and produced it ourselves entirely, except for some mastering done by my friend John Jansen. And we're gonna share it with you tonight and let us know what you think.
Hopefully you like it.
How long did it take you guys to make the 3 songs?
I'd say it
6
was
weeks?
about 6 weeks or so.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of computer work by Chris.
Yeah, a lot
Thank you for that.
Initial recording wasn't so bad. I think it was the editing and mastering.
A lot of editing thing, yeah.
That took a lot.
I am not by any means a professional audio engineer, so a lot of trial and error.
But you guys know like a little bit about audio, other than the fact that you have maybe an engineer or an editor that's doing a little bit of the work for you. But you guys have a concept of it.
Sure. I mean, I've done like home demo recordings in Adobe Audition for several years, and I'm fairly familiar with that program. That's what we use to record the record.
Sure. Okay.
I had 13 hours of what could be called hell once with him when I had only known him for a year or two. We took, I had a verse, and Chris wrote another half of it, and we just had 30 seconds that we wrote, and we spent 13 hours recording that. It was an interesting night.
Awesome.
You can find that on MySpace, but
Don't
MySpace
MySpace.
was only right now.
In the 13 hours that you guys were doing that, I mean, were there arguments? Did you guys?
It was mostly me at the time learning to use the program.
And I was a super noob then, so like I didn't know how to play anything but a little bit of guitar. Maybe a Nirvana tune, maybe a Weezer tune.
Yeah.
So I couldn't play very well. It wasn't until like the weird acoustic version of Falling that you can hear on the website that we spent that was like 16 hours.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
a very
okay.
complicated record.
Yeah, including for the verse and the chorus, putting together a drum track that sounds human, but it was a machine.
What did we use to actually record it with? Like, I know we used something different that
What
you got.
program?
No, like the equipment that you got. Like, you can tell them about that.
The equipment we had was actually it was almost nothing we had to record with. It was amazing we got it to sound as good as we did. It was M Audio Vocal Studio Pro that I had on loan from the M Audio people. I write for a website called Tech Dissected, and so I get products in for review, and that was something I was reviewing for Tech Dissected, and figured it was a decent thing to make use of it while we had it and see what we could record with it. And for being something called Vocal Studio Pro, it surprisingly worked well for the entire band, except for the drums we had to make some alterations on. Cody normally plays a acoustic kit, and we had no way to mic that up and input that through this interface, so we ended up using an electric kit, a little tiny electric kit, which he's not...
Not my favorite.
He gets the job done, though.
Yeah.
a lot of improvising and changing parts real fast to make it work with that kit.
It was interesting. But
I came in and recorded bass for 3 songs and had to come back and do a take on the third song because the drum track was finished when I did a take on it. And then once it was finished, all the timings that I had were just wrong. But
Yeah.
I smashed out. That one was really easy to
it
do.
was a process, to be sure.
When I heard some of the first early demos, one of the things that I commented on was actually I really liked the sound of the drum. So, my opinion of it, I thought you did really well. It was awesome.
That was a lot of post.
Yeah. I mean, it was like the thing had like 3 or 4 pads, like 2 cymbals, and I think only 3 of them were
No
good.
chokes on the cymbals or anything.
Yeah, I just like most of them were just junk, so it's just laid down quite a few scratch tracks on each one. I just passed it over to Chris and said, "Good luck, man. I've done what I can."
Seems to have worked out.
All right, well, how are we going to play these? You said you have a plan to play?
I have a plan. It hopefully will work. Yeah. I'm going to switch the audio over to an input I have set up on my phone and play the tracks through there. It should work. We won't be able to hear it on this end, so give us some kind of sign whether you can hear it or not. I'll throw some of the album art up on our screen while the songs are going.
Sounds good.
And, yeah, play one and then talk about it.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
I think you guys should dance while it's going.
Even if they can't hear it?
Time. We'll have the album art up over it, so we'll dance, but you just won't see it.
Yeah,
We won't hear the music yet.
yeah, we won't hear. We'll be out of
dancing to
Yeah, right.
silence.
To silence. So, cross fingers here.
Let's go.
We'll see if this works.
So this first one is tomorrow.
Give me just a second.
And yeah, pick up that
Yeah,
part.
later is due tomorrow.
So yeah, we'll do the talking afterwards.
If it runs,
if it runs,
We'll see.
let's find out.
I really hope this runs.
Okay, and switching over.
Don't forget studio mode, right?
I don't think we can hear him. Can we hear him? There we go.
Just being alive.
Good job, guys.
Great job.
Sounded great.
I couldn't find the unmute button, and then I accidentally hit my uncamera button. And
I did that at the beginning, too.
We're all over the place.
we were dancing and stripping to the music. That was fantastic.
We read about that.
Is our audio return?
Yeah, we can do
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
You are back.
So we've got a Dave Pipe out in the audience, says coming through clearly.
Hey,
And-
Dave Pipe.
Alicia, she says she hopes Rebecca feels okay. Bill Reed's out in the audience. Hey, Bill, finally made it. And Kevin said hi.
Hi, Kevin.
Kevin.
Carol says, sounds like warm honey on wheat toast.
Yep,
That's
sounds
good.
Quote
Yes,
of the night.
hybrid.
Quote of the night.
There's the
Warm honey on wheat toast. There you go.
You can start a description now.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm hungry now.
So what was the name of that song again? I've lost track.
That's tomorrow.
Tomorrow. And you want to tell us a little bit about that one?
Yeah, sure. It's I guess one of the more recent songs I've written, and it's basically just about entering into any new situation with a positive attitude. Yeah, positive outlook. That's about it.
You want to tell us about how you, in the studio?
The recording of that,
Yeah.
the recording of that one went. I'd say it went pretty easy,
Yeah.
comparatively speaking. It's
I listened to that
it's a song we've rehearsed a lot, so.
Yeah, I smashed that one out pretty easy on bass.
Thanks, Brad.
What was the average take count on that?
3.
Uh,
That is good, man.
For you, yeah. I guess it depends on the person's part. We didn't record any of it all live together since we were only working with a 2-channel input on the M track.
So I lost you guys. I lost you guys for a second. So when you record, can you repeat that?
Oh, I said none of it was recorded all together. It was all done individually. The parts were, since we were only working with a 2-track input on the M track interface, and so it varied person by person. I think you were about 4 or 5 takes for each of the drum
I mean, I
parts.
kept running tracks and going, nope, that sucked, nope, that sucked, and I delete them.
Well, as far as full
I
complete
think
takes.
kept 3 to 5 good takes that I was mildly content with. I'm a terrible perfectionist, so.
I actually did that for I'll Get By. I played through I'll Get By, and I did 1 take and kind of screwed up the end and did another take and figured out what I wanted to do at the end, actually do. And then the 3rd take, I do like 20 seconds. I screwed up. Delete that. 40 seconds. No, delete that. A minute and a half. Delete that. 40 seconds. No, delete that. 2 seconds. Delete that. I screwed up already. And like literally, probably did like 14
At least you
takes
had the
before I
same
got a
instrument.
good solid one. And all I had to do was fix 1 part at the end.
So 14 is still a good number.
Yeah, that's
I've actually done some tracks where I've had, and I'm not kidding, 100 takes. With every one of them I hated.
We get 3 or 4 of those.
I've done 20 takes to do. I've done 20 takes to do like a circloscope video, so I can't even imagine. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, and it's just screenshots. You know, like who cares anyway?
Who cares?
But the other ones, I only did 3, 4. What'd you guys do for vocals about that?
Well,
Not a lot.
I
One
recorded my
take.
vocals in
Well,
parts,
you
so
guitar.
we would just like go to
Yeah,
the part.
yours
with
are pretty all
vocals.
separated. So.
Yeah, I didn't record 1 full take. I just recorded parts of takes, and then we put them together.
So we've got a
What?
we've got a good comment here from Bill Reed. Look at this. He's dancing.
How creative.
Oh, yeah. If it makes you move, that's what we want.
Can you just click on you again? And
Well, I got a question to ask you guys.
Yeah.
I'll pick your brain. How did you come up with the band's name, Ars Nova?
We've been through several names. Me and Dimitri played in a band called Aurora way back in the day, back in high school. And Then we had another band together called From the Ashes was the next one.
Yeah, that's right.
From the Ashes.
And I got contacted online by another band who said they wanted to sue us because their name was copyrighted.
Oh my.
It was back in the MySpace days when we had our page up, and they were not happy because all the searches that people were doing for them were coming to us or leading people to us. So
Yeah.
they were definitely not happy with that. And I looked it up, and they did have it copyrighted. So at that point, we're just looking for a new
maybe
name.
if they were better, just saying.
What's that?
I said maybe if they were better.
Well, this isn't the From the Ashes that I wanted to... Hey, this is pretty good.
And so, yeah, I was just stuck at that moment needing a new name fast and started looking around. I don't remember where I found that
it was
exactly.
a music book or something.
It's a music term, yeah. It was a treatise by, I think, Dimitri back in like the 14th century or so on rhythm.
Oh, yeah. That's cool.
And it translates to like new technique or new art in Latin.
Awesome.
That's cool. Well, I really enjoyed the track, and looking forward to hearing another one.
Yeah, what's the next one?
Next, second song is "I'll Get By."
Yep.
I don't know what order you got. So.
Our
Yep.
pretty much our newest song that we've got
Yeah, I think this
of the ones that were written. Yeah. So we'll
Let's get started.
play that.
Make it so, Chris.
Maybe we should have called ourselves Ye Old Technique, because we're bringing back all the harmonies that nobody does anymore.
The old technique, huh?
Yeah,
All
they're
right,
not
switching
pop
over.
culture anymore.
One for the other seems clear, but you know life ain't often fair. I take comfort where I can. Is it so hard to understand? Will I get by on my own when I'm all alone? Just bring it on, 'cause you know I can take it, and I'll keep right. No matter what is to come, and I will not go, no, not this time. I'll do what I must to get by. There but for failure, what would we feel? What are the tears we have? Is there anything left at all? How far can you fall? So you take a look at your life and see what's working. You pick up all the pieces if it's broken.
All right.
Another raging tune.
Cool, guys.
That was really great. I love the stereo effects in that. I kept like plugging one ear and listening through the other ear and whatnot.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That was really cool. I think you guys you pushed the line on the stereo effects and made it sound really cool without going too far, which I know a lot of people do. And they get a little happy with those pan knobs and whatnot. But I think you guys did it really well. I liked it a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Chris really pushed the sonic boundaries.
Yeah, definitely. Good job, guys. Hey, I'd like to stay and listen to the last track, but I actually am going to be running late for work to be over there. So it was good to see you guys in Ars Nova.
Yeah, you can buy the last track next week.
Next week I'll listen to the track. Yeah.
And nice
Chris,
to meet you.
yeah, you too. And we'll talk to you guys soon. See you, Aaron. See you, Gavin. Bye, Christine.
Bye,
Good night.
All right. See ya.
So we've got a couple comments here. Rob Jacobson says that we as listeners don't really get how much time and energy goes into producing even one song. This behind the scenes is great, makes you appreciate a song even more. And he wants to know if your real joy comes from the live shows.
I guess that differ between each of us, so we'll ask everybody that. For me, I do like the producing side of things, and yeah, I like the studio work a bit. I mean, it's a lot of work, and you don't get the immediate feedback you get from a live show, obviously. So yeah, there's benefits of both. I appreciate. What about you?
Me, I just enjoy just being a part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's in for the whole ride.
I'm here for the whole ride.
Cody.
As a drummer, recording is the bane of my existence. So it's not gonna be good, like I gotta be accurate,
Right.
on tempo, and get each little part right.
Right.
I like to write parts that are way too hard for me.
And if I can add to that, being a bassist, playing all those bass parts, I realized how much I play, like, not greatest time, but I feel like I do better when I have the other musicians around me playing live with me. I personally enjoy the live show more, I think.
It is
than
different playing
anything
to
else.
pre-recorded tracks than it is playing
Yeah,
live.
I prefer the live. A big part of it would have been the difference between my normal drum set versus the electric set.
Yeah, for you, yeah.
A recording experience in like a proper sound studio with like my actual kit might be a little different. But this one was certainly interesting, and I think I appreciate our live shows a little more.
Yeah.
I definitely love the live energy from a show. That is my favorite to do, is play a live show.
Cody, you just like all the symbols that you have.
Yeah, I know. I've got you.
Versus that one crash cymbal that just sounded horrible.
We play one show in, middle of nowhere, Michigan, and the drummer of the leading act that night said, "Your drummer's got to get rid of some of his cymbals, man." And that guy's all he's got is a splash and a ride. Crash,
More
and that's it.
cymbals. All the cymbals.
Yeah, if there's anything that I wish that would sound different on the recording, I do wish that we had at least 2 different crashes.
Oh, that drove me nuts. That drove me nuts.
That one on there
It's
is...
just that one crash over and over and over. And I'm used to like 5 different tonal crashes.
So tell me, when you're recording and you're starting from ground zero, you're starting from scratch, who is the person that puts down the first track, and what's the process for building on top of that?
It's what we did in this situation is I played acoustic guitar and sang a scratch vocal to metronome, and then we did the drums on top of that, and then everything else came in various orders per song on top of that.
Is that the standard procedure for the way you usually record these?
Well, this is...
I would think, if most people like to do drums first, and as a drummer, it's really helpful to have that scratch track to be able to follow along. Otherwise, it's,
Right.
I don't feel it, I'm not at the song going on,
And all the other recordings I've done personally haven't involved full band setups. It's been just basically me and overdubs, or me and Dimitri and overdubs. So this is our first experience with that. So
when you're playing then to a metronome or to a tick track, and then what is how do you fill in, or do you keep that metronome going until the drums have the final track on drums, or how do you guys build on that? And I'm asking because these are issues that I've had personally, and I want to know how you guys have handled it, because you guys did a fantastic job.
I think it depended on the song. The metronome stayed on at least through your take. I don't think you guys played it on. Once we got the drums in there, we muted the metronome.
Right.
And then deleted my original
With the
acoustic track and scratch track.
Yeah, I just played
the one
bass
that
to a few
changed
drum
tempos.
beats.
Yeah, except for the next song coming up, which is
The next
just
song
was
changes
kind of
tempos, metronome.
a nightmare to record because it's like parts of the
man.
song are like 120 beats a minute, parts are like somewhere around 88 beats a minute. So obviously I couldn't just record it through.
There's like a break of like 1, 2, 3, 4, and we all come in, ba-na-na-na-na, and it's like every time I would play early, and he'd have to move my B note back.
Because we're left without the metronome. We're left without the metronome on
I was just
that.
playing the drums.
I can tell you how many times I'd be like, oh, that was early, do it again. Oh, that was late that time, don't do it again.
Yeah. And that song's rough live too.
Yeah,
It usually comes off pretty well, but
there's visual cues. Everybody looks around, see like a guitar tip or something, you know.
it's one thing to have a
when you're by
long
yourself-
break and then come back in without anything, but it's another thing to have a long break and then come back in a very different tempo.
Yeah.
Right.
And then in recording, there's nothing. There's nothing to go off. You just gotta guess and it's right.
But really, Chris knows because he wrote them. He knows the tempos.
Yeah.
And what needs to be there.
But it doesn't help. It's still in. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it was rough. That's the
The
recording.
next song was the most interesting.
It was the most work, anyways. The third one. Yeah.
We got
Pretty
a
happy
couple
with the way it
of
turned out, though.
comments here. We've got Funkanatic wants to know, has food ever inspired you? They made a song called Boston Pancake.
I can't say I've ever written any food songs. No.
I don't think we're funk enough for that.
What is the relationship between funk and
I have
food?
I have some
I don't
buddies of
know.
mine that I mess
Those
around with
pancakes
on a
sound
different
funky.
day, and we once wrote just a random jam called Sriracha. we must have jammed that for an hour. But a serious song, I can't say we did.
And Kevin wanted to let you know he thought that song was excellent. It jams. And
Thank you.
Dave Pipe thought it was good. He could tell that you did a lot more work since when he heard the first demo.
Yeah, that mastering that our friend John did really helped pull it together, for sure.
I'm sad we didn't get to listen to it while it's playing because I want to hear that mastering.
Oh, you haven't heard it yet?
No.
Oh, so he hasn't even heard the final tracks yet, and he still can't hear them now.
Neither of us.
That's funny.
Okay. I guess a couple of these guys haven't. Oh, we just got the last one back from him this morning, so
Okay. All right, that was pushing it.
a little bit.
And to tell us about the third song.
It's a song called "Trust Me." It's the one we were talking about, the recording being a difficult time, but I like to play it. I mean, it's a fun song.
It is a fun song.
Might be one of our more difficult songs to play, but it's fun. It's a positive message. It's basically things are exactly what you make of them.
That sounds good. People seem to like it. It's usually usually goes well with crowds.
If I ever play an open mic and I'm by myself, that song's in my set list. It's easy to play.
Covered by Brad.
We like it. Hopefully you will.
Brad approved.
Well, I mean, I've heard it before, but
Well,
you know,
yes,
now I'm going to hear the full version, the way you intend it to be. So, all right, let's do it.
All right.
Sounds good.
But we will never stop, never give. Show you how you ought to live. Let life stars bring you to everything that is to be will be. Just trust me, heed what I say. Don't give up just 'cause things don't go your way. It's always gonna be just what you made. What's it gonna take? How can I get you to believe me? It costs me, you know it's true. No one else can take it away. Lie in the bed that you made. No one ever said it'd be easy. In the end, you can't just whether you win or lose the game. It surely has to sunrise. You'll open up your eyes and see again. Until the day you do, I'm telling you that we will never stop, never give. Show you how you ought to live. Let lifestyles bring you to everything that is to be will be. Just trust me, heed what I say. Don't give up just 'cause things don't go your way. It's always gonna be just what you made. It's always gonna be just what you. It's always gonna be just what you made.
Very nice.
Awesome.
Very nice.
That was very cool. I was listening for the timing changes and counting along with you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, now
how'd
it's
you
funny.
count
I
it?
heard it before, but it wasn't that obvious to me. I guess I wasn't thinking about it. I was just enjoying the music. And now I'm counting along with it, and I'm like, oh yeah, that is really cool. I like how you guys pulled that off.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's definitely an interesting change.
It's funny too, because now you guys have been on here a couple times, and I've heard your songs acoustically many times. So there's such a drastic difference. I like them both, but for different. They're different though.
Yeah, definitely don't usually get our regular sound on the My Music Hangouts.
Well, even
or the,
now, it's not perfect. Like,
Yeah.
I imagine if we ever had like the full album actually recorded.
yeah, well, next time we record, we'll do it with the acoustic kit and everything, so it'll be
Yeah, but I mean, like, if we
even more
actually get the
indicative of regular
full,
sound.
all the songs, that'd be very interesting.
So once you hear the final version, are you guys still like, oh man, I kind of wish that wasn't the final version. I can still change this or tweak that, or
There's at least 5 things in each song that drive me nuts. But I mean, I've listened to them so many times.
As am I.
Just, I mean, you've recorded stuff.
It is an EP. There's only so much you can do.
Yeah.
We're not magicians.
We were on a limited time frame.
I definitely had a limited time frame. I had the equipment for 60 days, so.
well, they turned out fantastic. I really like them.
Definitely. We've got a lot of comments and questions here. Someone wants to know if the bass player was in another band. They swear you were on the Vinegar Strokes.
Are you moonlighting with the Vinegar Strokes?
I'm not quite sure I know about any Vinegar Strokes.
But he's still in the band. He just doesn't.
I'm not at liberty to say.
I do play bass. If it seems I play bass like the Vinegar Strokes, then maybe that guy's just ripping me off.
And that was
He wears the Brad mask that he wears. The guy from
That's a
that.
good one.
Kevin wants to know if this is going to be available on Google Play Music or Amazon.
It's debuting first on Google Play Music, this coming Tuesday. Pre-orders will start as soon as the Google review process. I submitted the album this morning. It takes a day or two for the review process. And then pre-orders will start from then until Tuesday, and it'll be released Tuesday there. And it will come to other services. We're going through CD Baby for iTunes and Spotify and all that, and that will be sometime in the coming weeks. We don't have an exact date for that yet, but Google Music,
November,
it will be
December,
next Tuesday, the 21st.
And we'll post things on this event page and on My Music Hangout, with links when that comes out. Joe Kidwell is in the house. He said, "You guys sound great." He has a question. What's the biggest challenge in forming a band and keeping everyone together?
Keeping everyone sane.
Just, I think, keeping everyone engaged with the band activities and what's going on, and not skipping weeks of practicing all the time, and getting together and having fun too.
Yeah, it is really. It's like a multi-part marriage. It's a relationship you're in with people, and it can get stressful, and people obviously get upset with each other now and again. But we're all friends outside the band, anyways. And I think, me and Dimitri have had a lot of bands throughout the years we've been in, and I think part of the reason they never lasted is because people weren't necessarily friends outside the group. It was more of a business thing, and you want to be around people you have things in common with and that you like to be around, right? And
I just thought it was similar taste of beer.
could be that too.
And what beer would that be?
Probably Dirty Bastard. That's the most common beer from
advertise.
Founders that's
We haven't
drunk
told
at
you
our
where
practice.
Grand Rapids.
Consumed.
It's we're Grand Rapids.
Yeah,
We have a
Grand
lot of
Rapids.
options here.
Actually, we just won USA Today's Beer Town USA poll for the year.
Which is
Grand
like
Rapids
taking
did.
over the Beer City
After-
USA
yeah, that's the
thing
new one
that stopped
taking over,
because we
so-
kept winning it every year. And we're still gonna win it.
Grand Rapids retains its Beer City crown.
Seriously,
Probably
walk
not
up here
good
from
for
Grand
us,
Rapids. You can have amazing beer here, not just from Michigan and Grand Rapids, but from everywhere.
And music.
Music.
but yes.
Don't forget about that.
Kevin wants to know, he wanted to say he's glad you went with the waveforms on the bottom. Can you explain what he means by that? I know what he means, but...
That was I initially designed the cover with the three lines on the cover leading into the title are the waveforms for the songs, and I initially had those on the top of the cover moving across with just the logo on the bottom. So Christine suggested that perhaps it would look better with them on the bottom going behind the logo, and I tried that out and put it up in a few places on Google Plus and asked some people in other places what they liked better, and waveforms on the bottom definitely won the popular vote. So we went with that, and
My only other idea was
Kevin agrees,
waveforms
it seems.
vertical on the left, but that never got designed.
I know how it is.
so thank you, Christine, for the
Oh, yeah.
suggestion.
Thank you very much.
And
I think it looks the best.
the back, my design is really faint on the back.
Yes, there's Kit art on the back.
Yes, though.
Kit is a professional artist.
Yeah.
She graduated with a bachelor's in illustration, and yeah, we featured her artwork, some of her abstract stuff on the back cover.
Very, very good.
Thank you.
So it looks pretty nice.
Yeah, I think it looks really nice. I posted a photo. I need to post the front cover too. But yes, it definitely looks really nice. I like it.
It's a Kit Chris collab.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
And
I wouldn't do anything back here.
Rob wants to know if you're going to do a video for the song.
Trust me, I was actually thinking about if we were to do a video, not that there's anything in the works, but I've got some ideas of people I might be able to talk to about that, and I was going to post a poll on our Google Plus page, now that they have the new polls feature there, asking which of the three songs people would like to see a video for. So I will post that poll after the show here, and we'll see if anybody wants to hop over to our Google Plus page and vote on that. That would be nice to see.
Awesome.
You want to talk about
Keep an eye out for
giveaways?
that, sure.
Oh yeah, and
Giveaway!
I forgot, we have our giveaway tonight, our album giveaway. What we haven't determined is how we're going to choose the person. Any ideas, Christine, for how to easily choose a random commenter?
I guess you could ask a question, and the first one that answers it right.
What question?
What did I have for breakfast?
The first one that can write all of your names. The first one that can write all of your names in a row.
Which is great, because it's not actually on the album.
The first one who...
Introduction.
What's that?
We already did the introductions earlier, so the first person that remembers all your names.
Or the first person that remembers your favorite beer. We just said it.
That's him personally. I don't speak for everyone.
That was just probably most commonly drunk beer.
Yeah, if none of those things works, I've got a way figured out to do a random that I could try.
You could do like, what century did that thing come from that you got the band name from? You mentioned it earlier.
You can think,
come on, like 2 people might remember.
You can think of a number, and the first one who guesses it right.
Oh, a theory
Like
question.
1 to 10.
Yeah, right.
Like, we give away the free give out to somebody that knows music theory.
Yeah, that's a little biased. Okay, is what I'm going to do...
What is 5 of 2 in Mixolydian?
I prefer Dorian myself.
Is what I'm going to do is just close my eyes and randomly scroll up and down the comments and open my eyes. Whatever the mouse cursor's on, that's our winner. Just to keep it fair, so there's no...
This worked earlier.
Give everybody an equal chance.
You should take a picture of it with your glass.
I can do that.
Speaking of glass, Carol Chapman wants to know, how have you integrated your glass into music production? Or have you?
I originally got glass on the basis when they ran the If I Had Glass campaign back in spring of 2013. My entry for that was that I would use it to like document and share the musician's process from the musician's viewpoint, right? And it turned out not working as well as I'd hoped. I did get accepted, obviously, but it turned out to not work as well as I'd hoped because the microphone uses a pretty extreme noise reduction, so you can talk to it and it'll understand you like in a crowdy or noisy environment, and that has a bad effect on the sound of music recording through it. It's actually gotten a lot better. They've improved it quite a bit over the last year and a half or so. But I haven't used it much in that regard. I do take pictures like from on stage during the shows, and I take pictures while we're recording in here. And but as far as the audio side of it, I haven't shared many videos through here because the audio just isn't quite up to par. I would need to get the audio from a separate source, like a soundboard recording, and then merge the two in a video editing program. But that is something that you will see from us at some point in the future over the next year or so, is some concert footage from our point of view on stage.
Awesome. And I think Dave, I think he's the winner if you're going to go by names.
I do think Dave already has access to the album that I think we already shared it with him.
It's real names.
So
real
give me
names.
1 second here. I'm going to try my random. I'm going to try my random scrolling here on the comments and see what happens. So
Remembered my real name.
let's see if we end up with a valid entry here.
Down.
Alright, so somebody tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Okay, it's Sorrow F.
Oh, cool.
Christine DeGraff,
The
you are
comment is
beautiful.
Christine DeGraff, you are beautiful. That's the winning comment here.
I didn't even see that one.
So, I will need to get an email address for Sorrow, and we will send that out tonight after the show's done.
Congratulations.
I'm letting them know in the comments.
Yes. You're a winner.
There we go. And
I'm really curious, and I'm not sure if this is the best time to ask. I didn't mean to interrupt you, Christine. But I'm curious. what is your musical backgrounds? And I mean, did you guys grow up always wanting to be rock stars and stand in front of people and you know and play music for them? I mean, what got you involved in this? What got you started? And tell us
As far as my musical background, I started playing guitar when I was around 13, influenced by Nirvana mostly, and back in the day, and other alternative rock and grunge type bands. And eventually, a few years later, I got into the Mamas and Papas and Beatles, Simon & Garfunkel, which is mostly my favorite stuff nowadays, is 60s harmony-based rock. And I went to school for, I was a classical guitar performance major for some time, and yeah, went through all the theory courses, and I didn't ever get my degree, but I learned a lot. I'd say, yeah,
You learned a lot.
a lot. Definitely did well, composed several classical pieces for school, and yeah, I think it was a good combination, a good merging of things between classical training and having played for years beforehand, not without any formal training, you know. I think it
Why
came
did
together
you
pretty well.
Why did you stop with your education?
It came down to financial issues.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's overpriced and overrated. No words.
We're gonna make it anyways.
And how did the
Oh,
rest of
yeah.
us get into music?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I guess
Cody,
it'd
was he
be-
banging on things?
I guess there, well, Cody, well, but me, I was obsessed with the Beatles at the age of 13. I fell in love with music, but I never thought I was going to be in a band. But then I met Chris, like, what was that, 3 years ago? And he taught me how to sing. And that's pretty much my story. I never expected it, but
Here you are,
I
surprise.
love it.
Let's see. I've always known I was going to play drums. I wanted to my whole life. I mean, just, you know, banging on kitchen counters or the fridge while I'm looking for something to eat, you know. I actually started my education probably 15 years ago, you know, just public school programs. Late high school, started taking private lessons and stuff. Did that whole scene for a while, and marching band back in the day. Many forms of like music competition. My first real drum set experience was probably a high school jazz band. So my original roots in drum set were jazz. From there, like, I've done music education on teaching at schools, private things beyond that, classical type stuff like concert things, snare drums. I played with a pipe band, so like bagpipes. I play snare drum for them, and we did like big competitions around the country and stuff, and just a little bit of this and that over the years. I kind of branch out, it's many different styles and things I can get my hands on. But I guess what your question would be drum set primarily for this. That would be you know, jazz band in high school, and kind of had my kit laying around gathering dust until actually, yeah, I met Brad shortly after high school, and an old version of this band, Chris's drummer at the time, had broke his fingers, and he went to Brad, who knew me, and said, "Hey, you got to come learn these songs. We got some shows." So I had to learn 14 songs in 48 hours.
How much time?
It was like a day and a half with the practice. So we sat down at Dimitri's place and just like
In my house.
I just hammered through it for 2 days, and it came out all right. And then a couple of years later, we reformed, and here we are.
Awesome.
It was an interesting show. I just remember Chris at the end playing the last song, like guiding Cody through it, and then he put the guitar down and like stepped outside. It was just like, oh god, that was just so much work because he spent so much energy making sure that Cody knew what was supposed to be happening.
It was brutal.
After 2 days of learning everything, as well as playing 12-string guitar and singing.
Yeah, it was a lot to cram in.
That was a stressful night, but
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
While the regular drummer's walking around with broken hands, listening,
Drinking
laughing.
beer.
This sounds pretty good.
Yeah, you guys are right. What about you, man?
My first rock tape, I think, was like Beatles and Queen, and then just started playing guitar when I was in middle school, I think. And then Chris and I met up in ninth grade, I think. We bonded over mostly Nirvana and Weezer, and then started playing together, and been playing on and off for, what, 18 years or something? 15,
long
16
time.
years? So, quite a while.
And how about Rebecca? Can somebody tell us her background?
Percussion.
Her dad's a drummer. Yeah, she grew up in the house with her dad as a drummer, and she's always sang as long as I've known her, 5 years or so. She went to school also. She was in school with me. She was a percussion major at the time, and she sang in Shades of Blue, which is one of the vocal groups at the school there. And yeah, me and her have sang together ever since I met her about 5 years or so ago.
It's about the same taste of music as these guys. So.
Yes. Absolutely.
Well, not always. Becky does really like a lot of metal too.
Yeah,
she's a pretty metal drummer. She's on a kit, a lot of double bass, a lot of snare, a lot of crashing.
She's a big fan of harmony vocals and
Yeah,
stuff, and that's
so
what
there's a balance there.
brings us vocalists together. Love of harmony.
Yes.
What about you, Brad?
My roots in music is listening to really bad post-grunge music. I mean, seriously, from Nickelback to Breaking Benjamin and all those terrible bands from that era that I just don't really listen to anymore and don't like.
I admit to listening to Nickelback.
And caring about lyrics as like a kid in high school and always writing and rewriting other friends' lyrics and stuff or poems that they wrote. And then when I was living with my mom when I was 18, I went and bought a guitar because I've been learning some power chords with a friend. And so I bought an acoustic guitar and like kept it hidden in the storage room for like a month and a half, so my mom didn't know that I spent like $200 on a guitar. Because she would have been really mad. And when she did find out I bought a guitar, she was a little annoyed that I spent that much money on a guitar. Because I didn't have a job at the time. But and then about 6 months after that, in the summer of '07, I met Chris. I was downtown playing like Grand Rapids at Blues in the Mall, this festival we do on like summers and Wednesdays. And I was just playing like Nirvana or Alice in Chains and some random tunes like that. Just simple, easy stuff. I'm only playing 6 months. And Chris sits down and like grabs the guitar. He's like, "Here, watch. This is how you should play this part." And he like showed me what I was doing wrong for an Alice in Chains song or something, and then invited me down to an open mic. And then after that, I was just like, "Hey, sweet, I got some musician friends and I can learn to play music." And within 2 years, probably progressed to sounding like I've been playing guitar for maybe
a long way in a short time.
Double that time at least.
For sure.
Yeah, so all due to this guy, and singing. I didn't know how to sing for crap, just sang along with stuff. And then Chris taught me how to sing and what a harmony was, which just blew my mind. I didn't even know what a harmony was, that it was a thing.
That's what happened to me.
Walking by.
The guitar was chords. Is chords a harmony?
I knew what harmony was, but I didn't know what it entailed, really, like how you would do that.
Fun fact, a power chord is not a chord.
Yeah.
Anyways.
What was your fun fact?
A power chord is not a chord. It's only an interval.
That is true.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, guys, I wanted to stop by and say congratulations on your release. I'm looking forward to hearing a lot more of you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bill.
So thanks a lot. Keep doing well. You're doing great.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Aaron?
I got one, I guess, series of questions that I wanted to ask. Who does the most writing in the group, and can you talk about the writing process and the lyrics and how that all comes together?
I write most of the songs. I think we got what, 12 or 13 songs. I wrote 11 of them, I think. Brad wrote 2 of them that we do occasionally. I've worked on a couple things with Dimitri, just instrumentally. All the songs that we do, except the ones Brad wrote, I wrote the lyrics for. I don't have a lot of...
Somebody else write the lyrics for Step Aside, or was that you and somebody else wrote the music?
Yeah, Steps Aside that me and Lindsay wrote. That was a long time ago, yeah.
Okay.
So that one she did, write most of the lyrics for. But there's some, I don't have a lot of insight onto the process, I guess. For me, it's kind of... It's hard work, songwriting.
I have some insight. Chris will talk about taking 2 weeks to finish 2 lines of a song. And the next 2 weeks are for 2 more lines of a song. And that's like melody, chords, maybe harmony, lyrics. Like, just spend just 2 lines. He talked about it one time. I don't know, you talked about it like 4 or 5 years ago. Spending like so much time just trying to get everything, not just hammering something out in like 30 seconds.
And
Hammer's
some
about
people
5
do.
minutes.
Some songwriters are just can just bust stuff out like instantly and all the time. Very prolific. But that is not me. Very slow writer. I've not written a ton of songs. I've written maybe 20 songs total in my life, and I keep around about 10 or 11 of them that I'm happy with. Worked on lots of little parts of stuff, you know, that haven't finished, but yeah, I'm not super prolific and not super fast writer.
I've been working on our magnum opus. It's got a 128 measure drum solo. It's gonna be pretty sweet.
Well, I thought you guys sounded great tonight, and I love the way that the tracks came out. Excited for you guys, and can't wait till they're available to download. And what do you guys want to tell us? We've got about 2 minutes left. You want to wrap it up? Tell us what's next. You going to Disneyland?
That would be sweet. I've never been there.
Are we doing that show that you were talking about?
No, I didn't set that up, but we'll probably set up a release show around here when we do the
Hopefully
second
potential
release.
release show in the future.
Maybe an open
When
mic.
we do the CD Baby release.
Yeah.
We could easily do our local brewery founders open mic on Tuesdays. Play our EP through and an extra.
Suppose, yeah, mostly just booking around the shows to promote the record.
Yeah.
And a little bit of recovering. It was pretty hard work for, at least on my end. I was working pretty furiously at that for the last few weeks. So
I was there for a lot of it.
I mean, yeah, I would think
watching.
beyond the live performances, I would think the next big step would just be the recording of the actual full album. You know.
I don't know if we'll probably won't do it. Probably do a series of EPs.
Okay, well that works.
Probably put out 4 of them over the next 2 years or so, with the complete collection of songs that we have so far.
Yeah.
I think in today's quick digital environment, that's more the way to go. I don't know if people necessarily have the time or the
I don't know anything about that.
inclination to sit there and listen to a whole album. I mean, it's not that people like us who like love music don't, but I mean your average person who just listens to music, you know,
That's fair.
while they're doing stuff,
It is a
whatever.
world of singles.
I think it's a world of singles and short releases nowadays for sure. And so yeah, that'll probably be the plan. Like I said, I have a few people I'm considering talking to about possibly putting a video together. So we'll obviously let you guys all know about that. Once we have any information on that, I'll post that poll on our page about which of the 3 songs you guys would prefer to see a video for.
Be sure to vote
Make
on
sure
that.
you put in a D option for all the above, man.
Good idea, Gavin.
Do we get right in?
Yeah, right.
All right. Well, we wish you the best of luck, and hope you sell 1 million.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thanks for having
Thank
us
you.
and previewing the
Thank
record.
you. Yes. Thank you everybody for listening.
Bye, everybody. Thank
Bye.
you.
Thanks again.
Bye.
Bye.